We'll start, though, with the latest transfer news and some new quotes from Rasmus Hojlund regarding his future at Manchester United. As you can see, Mark McAdam joins us once again. Mark, welcome back. What has Hojlund had to say?
Well, this is quite interesting because there has been a little bit of speculation over the course of this summer about Rasmus Hojlund at Manchester United. Our colleagues Sky in Italy have been reporting interest from Serie A sides. That includes Inter Milan, Champions League finalists, and Juventus as well. Now, it's safe to say the project hasn't been the kind of project that Rasmus Hojlund was expecting at Manchester United, not scored as many goals as the fans were hoping. He's still only young, but he's been speaking after Denmark's 2-1 victory against Northern Ireland yesterday, and he was asked about his future. He was asked about the speculation linking him with a potential return to Italy, and he said, "I have a contract until 2030, so I expect to play for Manchester United. I'm looking forward to a little summer break, and then I'm fully dedicated to the project." Now, just to point out, he says 2030 there, but his contract actually runs until June 2028, with the club having a further year option, so essentially till 2029. So he's got the dates wrong there. He was speaking to TV2 from Denmark, who actually rated Rasmus Hojlund a 2 out of 10 in that game. Don't know if he'd done the interview with him, he'd known that that's what they'd given him. He came off in the 66th minute as well as a substitute. So, a little bit of detail, a little bit of more information there with regards to Rasmus Hojlund. I certainly feel like it's one to watch, but at the moment we know that whilst Manchester United are in for a number 9, whether they're able to get a deal over the line is another question. So, interesting that Rasmus Hojlund has been speaking on international duty there. OK,
staying at Manchester United for as much as he knows anyway. Let's get to Liverpool now. Should Liverpool fans be concerned about Alisson's future?
Well, he's 32 years old. He's got 1 year left on his current Liverpool contract with, again, the club holding a year option, so essentially 2-year contract. I think the interesting thing was that last summer, Liverpool went to get a first-choice goalkeeper. You can see Alisson there with his family at the end of the season. He's been superb. 2 Premier League titles, a Champions League, multiple other trophies as well. Since joining in 2018, he's had a very successful 7 years at Liverpool and on Anfield. Absolutely loves the football club. But the fact that they made moves to go and sign a goalkeeper, Georgi Marmadashvili, last summer, then loaned him back to Valencia. He's now coming back to Liverpool. And you'd have to say, essentially, Liverpool have got 2 first-choice goalkeepers. Do you look at the situation and think, well, he's got 2 years left on his contract, now is the time to sell? You speak to any sporting director, you want to sell them at 2 years. If they go into the last year or so, the negotiations become a little bit more tricky. And as Liverpool fans know very well, with Mo Salah, Virgil van Dijk and Trent Alexander-Arnold, if you let their contracts run down too much, then you could find yourself in a real sticky situation. So it'd be interesting to see what Liverpool decide. No question, he's still a top-class goalkeeper. He's been a part of a Premier League side. And he's been speaking again whilst on international duty. This is what he had to say. Now, I have 1 year left on my contract and another year option. They'll probably exercise that. I talked to players who made this move, returning to Brazil, which is where he's been linked. Some had positive experiences, others did not. I do not want to return to Brazilian football, especially with Inter. I don't know when that will happen. So, interesting comments again, almost just putting the feelers out, seeing what's around. There's no question that Alisson could still play at the very highest level. Would a club in Europe be interested? Would the Saudi Pro League be interested? A Champions League winner and a Premier League winner is always going to be someone that's in high demand, particularly in Europe and in Saudi. So, interesting to see what Liverpool do, but essentially going to have 2 first-choice goalkeepers this season. They can't keep both of them happy. 2
world-class goalkeepers. Even at 32, he might play for some time as well, Alisson. Let's talk goalkeepers with Chelsea. They've been strongly linked with Mike Mignon. Where do we stand with that one?
29-year-old goalkeeper. Very different profile to what Chelsea signings have looked like over the last couple of years. He's going to be 30 next month as well. We know that the AC Milan goalkeeper has told AC Milan, look, I'm not interested in extending my contract. I don't want to stay in Italy any longer. We know that Chelsea are prepared to pay a maximum of 15 million euros. And whilst there has been dialogue between the 2 clubs, despite what's been said on social media, there has been no Chelsea bid as of yet for the goalkeeper. The talks continue. We know that Chelsea are in the market for a stopper. They want competition for Robert Sanchez. There's been a link back to West Ham for him and a link back to Graham Potter, who he worked with at Brighton. And the other thing that's just ticking along with this regard is that the Club World Cup is not long away now, and the deadline to sign players for Chelsea and Manchester City to play in the Club World Cup is Tuesday at 7 o'clock. So 48 hours and a bit before Chelsea have to get their business done. Of course, they have said, look, all of the players that we're linked with, whilst it'd be nice to get them through the door for the Club World Cup, we're under no pressure and we're not going to overspend just to get players in for that tournament.
Yeah, it could be great for the Champions League.